Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. And so here I am trying out a new video capture program, and you'll have to let me know whether you like the old one or the new one better. And so, yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. It's supposed to be in a much better and higher resolution. Yeah, it's still got a little bit of a halo around me and a little bit of glitter up here at my shoulder. Which side am I on? Okay, right here. And so, also kind of seems to go in a mirror pattern, but I'll deal with it. All right, so I also fixed the Issues Unite website, which had a problem for a while with the security certificate, which it was really a matter of my web host is really great, but some of their documentation on things is a bit confusing. And once I finally had the time to go into it, it really took me only a few minutes to fix it. That was preventing people from being able to access the website, but now that's all fixed. So I think a lot of people may question what my agenda is. What's my point when I examine and question specific names and policies? My point is trying to decipher the truth. Too many people want to be right in their beliefs. I've pointed out a lot of times that these are beliefs. They're just like religious beliefs. And they hold on to those beliefs with a white-knuckle grip. They will forsake or intentionally deny or ignore any evidence which runs contrary to their belief system. Just like a religion, just like a cult. A lot of people today ascribe some superhuman altruistic motivation to one name or another, whether it's Trump, Hillary, Bernie, or whomever else. There are constant claims that this person or that person is playing some uber genius game of 25-dimensional chess, and only the initiate can understand it. Or more likely, nobody can understand it. You just have to have faith in the player. Doesn't work that way. True leaders do not function in that way. Dishonest leaders with nefarious motives behave in that manner. They hide behind layer after layer of deception and illusion to prevent public knowledge of what their true intentions are. A real leader, even if their plans are complex, they state what they intend to do and how they will go about it. This builds public trust. It motivates people when they understand what the ultimate goal is, which we're working toward as a society. It allows us to plan, to coordinate, to feel secure, to look across the aisle at other members of society and know that we're all working toward the same thing. The worst part about this is that like a religion, people are fearful of their beliefs being wrong. They can't face that concept. Millions still believe the U.S. is the good guy, that Trump or Hillary or Bernie are fighting on their side instead of bowing to the whims and the wishes of the rich, the powerful, the parties over the people. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. I mean, look at how many millions believed in Obama. Hope and change, and what we got was, instead of him ending any of the 2 wars that we were in when he entered office, he started 5 more, bringing us from 2 wars to 7 wars. He bailed out the banks, not the people. He likes to talk about how he reduced the or eliminated the federal deficit. Well, all he did with the federal deficit, if you really paid attention, was transfer the deficit to the national debt. So that's not an accomplishment. You know, so and when the media, your friends, even independent media, are telling you that someone or something is the correct choice, after long enough, you believe it. What's wrong is when you continue believing in a person or a concept when the evidence is clear that you should at least be asking questions. One thing should be clear from my material. I do not fear being wrong. In many cases, I would love it if I were proven to be wrong. I want to be wrong sometimes. However, that doesn't happen very often because I take my time, I examine the facts closely, I take things apart, I ask questions, I seek out answers before I come to a decision. I don't just jump emotionally into it. When I'm wrong, I do admit it. Throughout my life, I've been wrong too many times to count. To a large degree, I was wrong about Obama. You know, I believed in him to a large degree, but the more I looked into it, the more I found I was wrong. And I admit it now. You know, it can be hard to accept, to swallow my pride and say publicly, I made a mistake, that I was wrong. Sometimes it's a mistake that I defended far too tenaciously. I just wouldn't let go. But eventually, somebody comes along and proves it to me with facts, with evidence. They convince me. Nobody will ever shame me with emotion and to saying that I'm wrong. It won't happen. I love being around people that are more intelligent than myself. It doesn't make me feel inferior. I learn from them. From people that are dedicated to truth and solid knowledge. I learn from them. I try to pass that knowledge along to other people. Nothing is as valuable as knowledge tempered by ethics. Yes, it can be difficult knowing what the truth is today. Scientific studies have shown to be illegitimate and motivated by monetary interests. Leaders we've revered in the past have been shown to have been deceptive or have dark sides that we didn't know about. The point should never be the worship of a name. To claim that we know something which we don't really know. The point should be what we learned from the stories, who they led us to become as individual people. The revelation of deceptions, when we find out that we have been wrong, that doesn't change who you are. It shouldn't change who you are. Even if a name or a theory or story is completely discredited, our values and morals should always remain the same. It's when we allow our morals and values to be changed for the worse that if we change our values and beliefs just for the sake of being right, that's when you're really wrong. And to say, accepting the fact that the U.S. has done some horrible thing, some of the most horrible things imaginable, doesn't mean we should change who we are and deny or ignore that these things are true. It absolutely does not mean that we should accept our nation conducting atrocities. If we believed in past delusions, we were deceived by fables. If we believe in deceptions against evidence which lead to future atrocities, we are each and every one personally responsible. There's no excuse. When the information is there, and we refuse to consider it. That makes us the true monsters. During election season, we have the opportunity and the responsibility to examine past actions, words, voting records, to question policies, disassemble rhetoric, understand what's a talking point and what is honest, valid policy. We owe this to ourselves, to our children, to our fellow citizens, to those in other countries, to the whole world. Always remember the butterfly effect. The pull of a lever or the mark of a pen in your neighborhood leads to hungry children across town. It leads to people losing their home in another city, becoming homeless. It leads to the mass bombing and the thunderous slaughter of millions of human beings in other countries. To mass refugee movements across continents. People that never wanted to leave their homes, and yet here they are, and now they're hated in the countries that they were forced to move over to. Hundreds of thousands of them dying during that migration. That's the power of your vote. That's the power of you paying attention. You can choose to be wrong now, or you can choose to be wrong later. Which would you prefer? Take the time and the opportunity now to ask the hard questions before dealing with consequences or inflicting those consequences on others. What is the choice? You're either wrong and who you've donated some money to, or you're wrong in causing immeasurable suffering. Which would you rather say you were wrong about? When do you want to say that you were wrong? I'd much rather say I was wrong now and change my course. But it's up to you. You have to pay attention. We all have to pay attention. All right, so I'm still trying to raise some money to be able to do my show and my writing more than and cut my hours in nursing. So anybody that can help me along, and all I ask is for people to donate $1 a month. And I will put the link below where you can donate. And, you know, I am still trying to increase, get back to where I was doing 20 articles or videos a month. So at $1 a month, that's 5 cents per piece of material that I create. So it definitely would help. I would appreciate it very much. And thank you very much. I hope you have a good day.